So young people believe freedom, or they look at freedom as, I can drink whatever I want to drink whenever I want to drink. I can put whatever I want to put in my body. I can do whatever I want sexually at any time. I can use whatever word I want to use. I can go to whatever website I want to use. I can stay up as late as I want to stay up. That is bondage. You will not be a productive, happy, or fulfilled person if you do that for one day, 1 year, or 1 decade, or a lifetime. Now, the lie that we teach young people, and we allow this to pass by, without countering, is not only we have to say what is easy is not necessarily good for you, but what is good for you is sometimes difficult. What I find when I find these 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds is younger and younger, and those of you that have high school kids are gonna nod in agreement, is that the sin that was impermissible for me as a high schooler is all of a sudden widespread for a 12 and 13 and 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm talking about drugs that are more lethal than ever. I'm talking about access to mobile technology that I only went to high school 8 years ago. I'm talking about websites that would have been forbidden from any sort of person to visit. All of a sudden, you're seeing young people dive into more dangerous and pervasive sin at a younger and younger age. By the time they're 18 and 19, you have a miserable generation. This is why suicide rates have gone up so alarmingly. It's really interesting when you look at the epidemic of suicide in America, because suicide is a unique first world problem. If you look at the poorest countries in the world, their suicide rates are much lower than our country. It would be the exact opposite, you would think, right? They sometimes don't have access to medicine, food, clean drinking water, yet their suicide rates are so much lower, and why is that? Well, it's because the reason that people choose that unthinkable choice sometimes is because they think freedom is the freedom to continue to indulge in whatever they want to indulge, however they want. And somehow, at the end of this tunnel, if I just take one more hit and I just visit this website one more time, if I stay up to 5 a.m. one more time, that will bring me happiness. But what the Bible tells us, and Jesus said this so clearly, it's freedom from that sin, it's freedom from that addiction. Amen. That will bring you actual liberty, the liberation from that bondage. And that's the message that young people are waiting for every single day.
You went to school 8 years ago. I went to school 38 years ago. Yeah. Now, with this idea, the Apostle Paul, and he wrote this in Galatians, he says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty for which Christ has set you free." And when he wrote that in prison. Now, liberty can come even though you're having to contend with culture. Liberty, in a sense, means doing the right thing. And I look at liberty and morality as equal. In a sense, morality is not doing what's wrong. So I'd say this is a room of moral people. You don't do what's wrong. Most of the time. But character is different. Character is doing what's right. So if your child comes home from school and says, "Mommy, Daddy, all the kids in the school called Susie fat, but I didn't," you'd say, "Well, that's the moral thing to do, but where's your character?" And they'll say, "What do you mean? Why didn't you tell the other children to stop it?" Now, when the body of Christ starts getting character, and what I was touched by in the back room talking with Charlie is I think you're the most visited citizen to the White House in the United States. He wouldn't say that, but it's true. The president looks at his tweet every morning, which is kind of exciting. I wish he'd tweet about me. That'd be really sweet.